No one could have guessed that on a seemingly normal Monday morning, the entire Outlander fan community around the world would be shocked by a chillingly brief announcement from Sam Heughan's representatives. Just a few lines, no pictures, no explanation. Sam Heughan is currently recovering from a 24-hour surgery. We will update you as soon as possible. And that was it. And the internet was almost paralyzed. Millions of fans were left in a state of confusion, anxiety, and panic. What had happened? Why had no one seen it coming? And for what reason had one of Britain's most powerful, fit, and admired actors undergone such a serious operation? Just 3 days earlier, Sam had been posting radiant photos on Instagram, showing off his toned physique in the Scottish sun holding a glass of his own brand of rum. No sign of fatigue, no sign of weakness. Katrina Balfe, her longtime co-star, even left behind the muscular arm and red heart emoji as a familiar cheer. But behind that radiant smile and muscular body, there was a secret that Sam had been secretly keeping for more than a year. A truth that stunned the world. A silent sacrifice of an artist. In a video posted on his personal account a few days after waking up, Sam, visibly thinner, lying on a hospital bed, his eyes still bright but tired, took the initiative to tell the story. I had a spinal injury since season 6 of Outlander. At that time, I fell hard during a water fight scene with the villain. I didn't want to stop. I thought I could handle it. Sam paused for a moment. His voice choked. I didn't tell anyone except the doctor and a few close people. I didn't want anyone to worry. I thought a little rest was enough, but over time things got worse. To the point, I couldn't feel my right hand anymore. A wave of shock flooded fan forums. No one thought that behind that strong appearance, Sam had silently endured physical pain every day, just to complete the job so as not to affect the crew or his co-stars, until the fateful fall last month. After a rehearsal, Sam suddenly collapsed at home. He was rushed to the emergency room that night. Doctors discovered a serious injury to his spine. If he didn't operate immediately, Sam could be permanently paralyzed. The surgery lasted 24 hours, and the first person to be by his side was none other than Katrina Balfe. According to the nurse, Katrina arrived at the hospital just 2 hours after Sam was admitted. She wasn't his wife. She wasn't his blood relative. But all the medical staff knew who she was to Sam. Katrina didn't leave the hospital room for the first 2 days. She was silent caring, holding his hand through every pain, supporting the doctors calling his family in Scotland. Not a single status on social media. Not a single photo in the press. Just Kate, silently, quietly, as she had been for more than 10 years. After he had recovered somewhat, Sam decided to post a nearly 7-minute video on Instagram. The clip had a simple caption, "I'm alive, and I owe you the truth." In the video, Sam talked about his fear of losing his acting ability, the thing that defined him. He feared that his fans would be disappointed to know that their idol was weak. And then he shared the moment he woke up after surgery, the moment that changed everything. When I opened my eyes, the first person I saw was Katrina, and that's when I understood I was never really alone. He paused, his eyes red. I used to think we were just co-stars, best friends, but sometimes it's the pain that makes you realize what your heart has known all along. I love her. The online community exploded. The comments were filled with emotion. I'm actually crying. This is no longer a role. This is Sam. It's heartbreaking. He dared to say it, and it was so beautiful. From that moment, Outlander was no longer just a movie, and the first to speak up in a wave of silence was Katrina. Like a whisper in the storm, just hours after Sam's video went viral, Katrina reshared the clip on her personal page with a short, unadorned caption. Whether it was Jaime or Sam, I never left you. Attached was a never-before-seen photo. She sat by the hospital bed holding Sam's hand, her eyes red, determined, and full of love. No newspaper could have written anything more truthful. No official confirmation was needed. After the storm comes a new beginning. 3 weeks later, Sam reappeared at a press conference in London. He walked out slowly with a small stick in his hand, but still had the familiar smile, bright and warm as the Scottish sun. A reporter asked, "Will you be back on set?" Sam looked back at Katrina in the front row, her eyes never leaving him for a second. As long as she's there, I'm not going to stop. The audience stood up and applauded. For fans after 10 years of companionship, they knew Sam Heughan was more than just Jimmy Fraser. He was a real-life warrior, and a man who wasn't afraid to love with all his heart. And then the ring rang out like a declaration. A month had not passed since the London press conference when the second and more shocking news broke. Sam Heughan, who had just survived serious surgery, had officially proposed to Katrina Balfe. But what stunned the Outlander fandom wasn't just the outcome. It was how and when he chose to do it. A close friend of the crew shared. Actually, Sam had been preparing this proposal since before the surgery. In his mind, the only thing he regrets is that he waited so long to tell Katrina that he wanted to be with her, not just on screen, but in life. Immediately after waking up, although unable to speak, Sam whispered to his friend, "I want to propose to her. Please, help me prepare." The plan began right from the hospital bed. One unexpected afternoon, Katrina was invited to Inverarray Castle, a familiar location that appeared in Season 2 of Outlander, to film a thank you video for fans. She had no doubt. The space was too familiar. The crew was still the same faces. Sam said he was resting at home in Glasgow. But when she stepped into the ancient hall, Katrina was stunned. The walls were covered with photos, moments from the early days of the two of them. Behind-the-scenes photos that have never been released. Hugs looks quiet. Moments that no one but them has ever witnessed. The violin plays, the familiar Outlander tune, but this time, slower, deeper, more passionate. And then, from the door behind, Sam Heughan steps out. No cane, but still walking slowly. His eyes as steady as the Highland fire that never goes out. In his hand is a dark blue velvet box. Katrina stands still. Sam approaches trembling slightly, but his voice is as steady as the lines of a warrior who has lived his entire life to love. "I used to think that just being with you, protecting you, acting with you was enough. But after all I know, I can't live without you. Every morning, every night, every year." Katrina Mary Balfe, you don't have to be Claire. Just be yourself. "Please be my partner." Sam kneels. Katrina was silent. Then she cried. Then she laughed through her tears and nodded. "Because I love you." In a flash, the global fan community exploded. Less than 24 hours later, major newspapers such as Variety, BBC, Entertainment People simultaneously published the news. It's not just a movie. Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe are engaged in real life. After 10 years of waiting, the Outlander fandom witnessed an ending more perfect than the movie. Millions of fans simultaneously changed their profile pictures to a picture of Sam and Katrina together. Hashtags like "There's Sam" and "Kate Forever" and "Jamie" and "Claire." In real life, climbed straight to the #1 position globally on Twitter X. A Vietnamese fan wrote, "I've been following them since 2014. I cried with them, laughed with them, and today I really feel like I'm living in a real-life fairy tale." And how did those close to them react? Richard Rankin, co-star and unwilling matchmaker, posted a picture of himself drinking whiskey with the caption, "Finally married." I bet it was before season 10. Sophie Skelton wrote, "They were the guiding light of the whole crew. Now they are the guiding light of millions of hearts." Graham McTavish, who advised Sam to propose to Katrina in 2017, simply wrote, "I told you so. What's next?" In a brief interview with The Guardian, when asked about wedding plans, Sam simply smiled. "We don't need a big wedding, just a quiet afternoon with friends, in a Scottish castle where it all began." Katrina simply said, "I don't need Jaime Fraser, because Sam Heughan, the real one, is so much better." Immediately after the shocking proposal at Inverarray Castle, the global social network exploded. It was not simply a wedding between two stars, but for Outlander fans, it was the perfect end to a 10-year journey, where real life and cinema became one. From the US, Canada, France, Germany to Vietnam, millions of articles were posted with the same spirit. "We have waited for this for a long time. Thousands of large and small fan pages simultaneously changed their cover photos to the moment Sam knelt down and Katrina covered her face and cried emotionally. Many reaction videos appeared on YouTube, recording the scene of fans bursting into tears at the proposal. Some even called it the most beautiful moment that reality TV has never dared to imagine. A fan in Brazil wrote, "I didn't just watch the movie. I lived with them for 10 years. They taught me that true love doesn't need to be noisy, it just needs to be sincere enough." An elderly fan in Japan commented, "I'm 65. I used to think nothing was real in the entertainment industry, but Sam and Katrina made me believe there are still things that can't be acted out. That is love." In Vietnam, the hashtag Sam và Katrina de Khoi was pushed up the trend. Outlander fan communities in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City organized mini-meetings to relive the couple's sweetest moments from the first season. Until now, words from Sam and Katrina themselves, shared after their engagement. Sam Heughan, in a short video posted on his personal page, "I used to think I could separate the character from the real person. But sometimes, the main character is a mirror of your heart." Chimey loves Claire in a way that I think I learned from Katrina. "She is my light, on set and in this life." He paused, smiled. "We don't need any fuss. We just need each other. And a hot cup of tea. In an old castle. That's enough." Katrina Balfe, in an exclusive interview with Ella UK, "I don't need a fairy tale. I just need Sam." Someone who has gone through pain stood up from the hospital bed, not to continue acting, but to continue living with me. It took us maybe 10 years to realize that, but the important thing is that we didn't miss each other. She smiled softly and ended with a sentence that made even the reporter choke up. "Claire may be a nurse, but it was Sam who healed me.